Buddy, what do you think? You use the word.
This is paradise. A windy paradise today, but it's paradise.
Right? Listen, my name's Darryl Choronzey, and I'm with my best fishing buddy, and I really mean that, although we do a little bit of arguing, me and you. This is my son, Joshua, and we're up at Lodge 88, just east of White River, Ontario, right?
Esnagi Lake.
Esnagi Lake.
Did I get that right?
We're gonna catch some walleye like this.
Hope we get a few more.
Stick with us because it's windy out there. We're gonna try and fish into the shallow waters to get a feed full of walleye for shore lunch.
That's right.
Let's go fishing.
I'm going fishing all the time, and my baby's going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife can catch more fish than you. Any fish will bite if you got the right bait. Now here's a little something that I'd like to relate. With my pole and my line, I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too.
Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey is brought to you in part by Yamaha, reliability with every turn of the key. Abu Garcia, for life. Berkeley, catch more fish. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. And by Darryl Choronzey's Canadian Fisherman's Breading and Batter Mix. Closed captioning for Going Fishing is brought to you by Rapala, the makers of Canada's favorite fillet knives. He's Choronzey's favorite all-time fishing buddy, and there's no one else he'd rather spend time with on the water. His son Joshua has turned out to be quite an angler in his own right. The old man still loves to test his skills against the kid, and because Choronzey owns the show, we have to say he almost always comes off the water as top dog. Today is a last chance to test the waters of Esnagi Lake, situated way up in Algoma country, just east of White River, Ontario. They're fishing a tourist and angling destination referred to as North to Adventure. And believe us when we say, in this neck of the woods, the fish never quit biting.
Joshua David Choronzey.
Didn't get to pick my rod up yet.
You know what? People don't know how hard it is to film sometimes.
Look at the wind behind us.
Yeah. This guy's got a little bit of weight on him, Josh. You know
Good
that?
fish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice fish, Josh. Look at this. You gonna get him?
I'll grab him.
Are you sure?
Do you trust me grabbing him?
I trust you. If you lose him, you're going in the water with him. Nice. Watch him, Josh.
Now there. Oh. That's a good walleye.
Dandy. Dandy fish. Move the thing away. Get your hand. Nice fish, Josh. That's not bad for the first drift, buddy. Hey?
Not bad for an old guy in the wind, eh?
Who's the old guy, me or you? Now listen, when you come up here to Lodge 88, right?
That's right.
Can you expect this all the time?
We've been getting fish like that all week.
It's a nice fish, eh?
It's a good fish.
We're up here and we're only, I would say an hour east of White River.
That's right.
We came in on the train, right?
Yep.
And this is what you can expect when you get up here. What's the name of this lake?
Esnagi.
Esnagi. Nice fish.
You lunching that, or are you going to put that one
We're
back?
keeping this one.
That's your
some
1 over
fillets home.
18.
We're going to talk about this later. That's my 1 over 18, but I'm taking this one home, right?
All right.
So your mother can have some fresh walleye fillets. Nice fish. I'm going to pass him back to our guide. Get your head out of the way of my rod. And again, listen, this is a big lake. It's 27 miles long, right?
Full of whitecaps today.
Full of whitecaps, and the wind comes up. And what we're just trying to show you is when it gets rough like this, get behind an island, but you don't want it right behind it. You want off a little bit on the corner so the current's bringing the food down to them. You know what, pal?
Big fish.
Nice fish. Nice fish. Oh. Decent fish.
Oh, yeah.
You want to land him?
Yeah.
Okay. Reach in there and watch him. He's all wrapped up. Shore luncher.
Shore luncher.
Shore lunch fish. Can I see that fish, Josh? Now, that's shore lunch fish.
That's a good fish for lunch.
Okay, let's tell them the rules here first. How many fish, how many walleye are you allowed?
4 walleyes, 1 over 18, 3 under.
The reason they're only letting you keep 1 over 18, right?
It's to protect the females.
Protect the females.
You don't
Protect
need a
these
bunch
big
of big fish to
spawners.
go
No.
in.
And you want to know something? The big females should be put back in, right?
Oh,
And these should go in the frying pan.
That's right.
Am I right or am I wrong?
No,
I'm
you're right this time.
Because I used to eat big ones when I was young.
Yeah, look, it keeps you thin, right?
You want to get disowned?
Look at this.
But no, you're allowed one large fish, one over 18, 3 under.
3 under.
Right? I remember the days when you were allowed to keep 5 or 6 walleye.
Any size, yeah.
I'm going to pass this to our super guide, John, right? John, will you put him on a stringer? Now, when we come up here, well, what'd you have for dinner last night? You had roast beef, mashed potatoes?
I couldn't get much of it into me after the shore lunch we had, but yeah.
So what we try to do is wake up at 6 o'clock, have a quick shower, get down to the kitchen, have breakfast, get out in the water, right?
Yep.
We have a light breakfast for the simple reason these guys probably make the best shore lunches, right?
And as far as guides go, these guides here at Lodge 88 and Marmac
Lodge
are
too.
probably the best at boat control I've ever seen. They don't use anchors.
No.
They're constantly in and out of neutral, reverse, forward to keep you on top of the fish. And that's important because I don't want to be using my hands if I'm up here fishing.
And not only that, the guides are always looking for fish. It's a big lake, so they're looking for fish.
Yep.
Let's go and catch some more shore lunch, buddy.
Let's do it.
Mr. Choronzey, or should I say Mr. Choronzey Jr.
You're doing a number on me, eh? I don't like this. Hey, I'll just
Don't
give me the
touch,
rod.
don't touch. No. The old
Another one
man's
on the
still got
alive or
feel.
what?
It's on the alive, my friend. Almost got it around the boat. Almost got it around the boat. Look at this. And again, we're trying to keep out of this wind.
It's tough.
And it is
Very
tough. It is really tough. Well, we can fish in the wind, but we can't film in the wind.
It's hard to film.
You know?
It's hard to control the boats in the wind.
That's a nice fish, Josh. Nice fish.
Oh, yeah.
Just got about the size to go into the frying pan, kid. Good fish.
Good fish.
Hang on, you got him? I got him.
You got him.
Watch your hands.
That's it. I'm done helping you land them.
We're doing something a little different today. I always say that, but we
Say
are
that
doing
every
some.
time.
Well, yesterday we fished with just straight gulp baits, right?
In the rain?
Yeah, in the rain. And today I said, let's try a live, and we're going to show you what a live is in a while. But it's a new bait from Berkeley, right?
That's right. Yep.
And the walleye seem to like it.
They love it. They like it when it's on your rod.
You'll get them, buddy. Stick with me. But no, we are trying this alive baits. We've got to catch the train in about...
A couple hours. 3 hours?
In a couple hours. We're going to take a train from the lodge back to White River, and then we're going to drive home. But I said, hey, let's go out in the morning. We got a great guide with us, right? And let's try these baits.
Yep.
And the baits are working. Put her there, pal.
Get that thing on the stringer. I need to catch a couple fish.
Do you want me to help
No,
you?
I don't need your help. Don't worry.
And now for the Darryl Choronzey's Canadian Fisherman's Breading and Batter Mix Campfire Comment.
Dan Gravel, Mr. Own Sound, Mr. Salmon Fisherman, Mr. Bass Fisherman. How many years you been fishing?
About 20.
What do you think of Own Sound?
It's not what it used to be.
It's not like it used to be anywhere on the Ontario side of the Great Lakes.
Not even close.
You know. Now, Dan, I could tell you the problem in Own Sound. As soon as they started clipping the fins, and I mean the belly fins off those salmon, that was the end of the fishery in Own Sound. It was almost like the Ministry of Natural Resources really didn't want the salmon to come back.
So what's the problem in Lake Ontario?
What's the problem in Lake Ontario? Listen to me. I was down in Lake Ontario in 1971, 72, 73. I mean, right through to the mid-'80s. We'd have 1,000 boats between Bronte and Toronto. You know what the problem is? We used to have a lot of poaching up the river. And this is just me saying this, right? And this is my idea, and I don't care if the Ministry of Natural Resources likes this or not. We used to have 1,000 boats between Bronte and, say, Toronto, okay? But we had a major poaching problem. Now, how do you get rid of poaching? How do you get rid of, I'm talking guys running up the river, you know,
That's right.
snagging
Yeah,
fish with nets and everything else and doing everything illegal, and it was a big enforcement problem. Or how do you get rid of dead fish and smelly fish?
That's
and
right.
how do you get rid of complaints with, you know, with the golfers and the big shots? You know what you do? You don't stock the fish way up the river. You stock them off breakwalls. Well, the problem is when you stock them off breakwalls, they don't imprint. So they don't come back 2 or 3 years later
Absolutely.
and provide
That's right.
that phenomenal fishery.
Exactly. So I agree with you 100%. How do we change it?
I would start by, honest to God, going to the lake unit and say, either do your job right or don't listen to the people in Peterborough who are making the decisions. Now listen, a dummy knows that fish have to imprint, and they don't imprint off beaches, and they don't imprint off breakwalls. They imprint when you stock them 20 miles up a river. You people are wasting a multi-million-dollar potential fishery and a lot of hatchery space. So dummy up out there.
Going Fishing returns with more action from the waters of Lake Esnagi.
Ken Johnson. Before I go any farther, I guess I have to say thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ken is one of the bosses of North to Adventure.
That's correct.
Now, what does North to Adventure contain?
It encompasses Lodge 88, Marmac Lodge, and White River Air.
Okay, I've stayed at Marmac. This trip I stayed at Lodge 88, right? Facilities are phenomenal. The fishing's phenomenal. What would you call the name of that lake?
Esnagi Lake.
Esnagi. You know why I keep asking you what's the name of that lake? Because every time I go to pronounce it or one of my guests go to pronounce it, they mess it up. We're not going to say screw it up, but they mess it up. How big is the lake?
It's 27 miles long from tip to tip.
Okay, you guys have got 2 lodges on it.
That's right.
Right? And you service it by the train, the bud cars.
That's right.
Right? But also by the airlines you've got.
Correct.
Okay. What else have you got besides this? And it's a big company. You've got the air base again, you've got the fly-ins, you've got the 2 lodges. How many fly-in lakes?
We have over 50 fly-in lakes. We use about 25 for fishing out of, 25 to 30, and the rest we use for moose hunting. We run a big moose hunt. It's archery and rifle moose hunt.
So, Ken, you've got cottages on all these outpost lakes?
That's correct. We have some that are just rustic, plain outposts, and other ones that have flush toilets, electricity, running water. We have whatever you want.
And it's all fantastic fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hear you got lake trout that big.
We got lake trout, perch trout, walleye, pike, perch.
You name it. Anything that swims.
Yep.
Okay, let me ask you something. Here at Marmac, how many does it accommodate?
It holds about 50 people here.
Okay. Over at?
Lodge 88, we hold 35.
Okay. I also noticed today we were up at the north end, right? Because it was a little rough and we were up there fishing. I saw some outpost cabins there, right? And this is on this lake itself, right?
That's right. We have 2 at the north end, and they're both fully equipped with running water and flush toilets and the whole deal.
How many can?
They can accommodate 12 at the north end and 8 at Marikimi.
So you can get big groups at one of the cottages and you just got to walk out your door and catch fish?
Pretty much.
I'm coming back, buddy, if you'll have me.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Anytime.
Take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, under the boat again. Oh, look at that.
That's a nice fish, Josh, eh? Ooh, this guy's been eating. Now that is a nice walleye, eh?
That is a good one.
What do you think, buddy? Watch him at the... Watch you don't get a little gill there.
A little gill, my hands.
I'm going to tell you what.
I'm so beat up the
You're
past
running
few
that
days. From
purple jig head, right? Look at this.
jig head with a bit of a live on it. And just lip hooking it with a bit of a live.
Purple jig head. I asked you what you were using, and you said white and pink.
No, I never once said white and pink.
You
might
said-
have heard me wrong.
I got one here, but you said white and pink, buddy. You know that? That's purple. With the alive.
With the alive, yeah.
This one whacked right.
I'll tell you what, while you're doing that, I'm going to hand this one back to John.
Okay. Put him on the stringer.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Now that's a big fish.
Now there's a fish. Now that is a nice walleye, right?
It is a nice walleye.
Isn't it a dandy?
It would be a crime if I knocked him off.
No, and I'm going to land, and you just get your hands out of
Good.
there. Is that a nice fish,
That's a
or is
good
that a
fish.
nice fish? Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Don't lose him,
I'm,
buddy.
I don't lose walleye, buddy, and don't
Buddy.
call me buddy. Josh and I have a little thing about the buddy system. We're buddies, but I say, don't call me buddy. That's nice, eh, Josh?
That's a good fish.
You know what? I think that's over the limit.
I think that's
eh?
your second over 18. I'd be sending her back
Yeah,
down.
she's going back. Now, here's the other thing about these fish. We're the first week of June, and this isn't hurting this fish, by the way, but we're the first week in June, and these females have dropped out of the river, and they've just starting to recuperate and starting to feed. Now, you want to give her a little kiss? No.
Oh, you can lock lips with it if you
No,
want.
I don't think, not with those teeth, but look at the head on that fish.
It's a good fish.
Isn't that nice? Dandy fish, real pretty fish. Now, the other thing too up on this lake, these fish are big up here. On the average, even the small ones are a big average, and they've got a lot of big fish. You get them in here 10, 12 pounds.
Yeah, biggest one does 50.
Nice fish, dandy
big
fish.
fish,
I'm just gonna let her go.
The word to remember is gulp. It's been around just a couple of years, but already it's setting the fishing world on fire. On this trip, the boys are using gulp minnows and gulp minnow grubs. Properly slip it over a lead-headed jig, and you have a bait that no walleye can resist. The folks at Berkeley like to say that gulp outfishes all other bait. It gives off 400 times more scent dispersion than other artificial baits. It's 100% natural material with no plastics, It's 100% biodegradable. It's just plain lethal when placed in the path of any fish. Now remember, we're talking jig fishing. Don't hopscotch those baits across the bottom of the lake. Take it easy. A slight tip of the wrist and soft twitch of the rod is all you need to gently lift the gulp and jig or slowly drag it across the bottom of rock and gravel. Just slowly offer the gulp to a waiting walleye. The gulp will do the rest.
You stuck the alive right to him, right?
Yeah, right under the boat.
That's okay. That happens all the time, my friend. Depends the way you're drifting. Good fish. Got a good bend in that rod. And again, we are not bouncing these jigs. We're almost dragging them over the rocks, eh?
We're shaking them along the
Real
rock.
subtle bite. Good fish, pal.
That is a good fish.
Isn't it? Cootsy, cootsy, coo.
Watch yourself. You almost made me fall.
I would have grabbed the rod.
Oh.
Whoa, you got a good fish there, buddy. Now that is a good walleye.
That is a big female.
Now just watch, just watch. I got the love grip on him. Now is that a fish or is that a fish? I'm not hurting him. I got my hands way back behind his gills.
That is a big spawned out female.
Big
Putting
fish.
the feed back on, yeah.
Hey? Now you got one like this the other day.
I got a 27-incher the other night.
And again, these are average big fish. They've got way bigger fish here, right?
Apparently there's some bigger ones. I've seen a couple bigger already, but the pictures at the lodge just blow my mind at the size of some of the walleyes for
that.
Northern Ontario.
Look at that dorsal fin. Wow. Nice fish.
Yeah, great fish.
Dandy fish. On the gulp.
Gulp alive, minnows.
Nice fish. Hey? Dandy. Now listen, you get up here. Lodge 88. Lodge 88. Remember that. They're part of the White River Airlines?
North to Adventure.
North to Adventure. Nice fish.
Send her back.
Gotta send her back. Congratulations, pal. Put her there. No slime. That was a nice walleye. I want to say one other thing. Okay, we're getting out of the wind. We're coming in behind the islands. We're looking for the current to come around by the islands, right?
That's right.
We're running a Lawrence fish finder, and we're going to show you that in a minute. But the guide is actually saying, we hit that little
He's
hole
marking
in
them on
there,
the graph, yeah.
and he's marking them. They're schooled up in here, right? Yeah. You could actually stay here all day. You could probably catch 100, 150 walleye.
I have no doubt about it.
Or more. The
If your
overcast coming.
Your arms can take it.
Nice fish.
Good stuff.
Let's get back up there, Captain.
Run it.
And now for the Berkeley tip of the week. If you want a fishing partner for life, start your kids into the sport as youngsters. Also, introduce them first to the easiest fish to catch: sunfish, perch, crappie, and bluegill. Non-stop action will keep them interested, occupied, and happy.
Buddy, thanks for coming fishing with me.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we said this was a windy day, and it was a windy day, and you're going to get this in the north. Heck, yesterday I fished with it, it rained all day.
That's right.
We're just trying to show everybody how to fish the north and enjoy the north, right?
That's right.
I've got a birthday coming, and I don't want to say how old, and you keep your mouth shut, but I don't want to say how old, but it's about a month away, and Josh bought me something. And if you look at this tray, this is full of jigs. And what can I say? There's no pain in the eyes. You know, you did a heck of a job. And there's probably $300 worth of jigs in that. But jigs are the #1 way of getting down to the walleye. And we'll tell them what to put on it, right? But thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you got all different sizes. That's important when you're coming up north. 1/4 ounce, 1/8 ounce, 3/8 ounce, 1/2 ounce.
Yep. We got a lot of wind out there, too.
You got to go with a heavier jig on windy days.
Now, all I'm going to say is, when you come north, come prepared. And I don't really even want to pick up rods and reels and talk about stuff. I'm just going to point at them. When I come north, again, no cable, no telephone poles.
Medium action.
Medium to even light action. You know, I ran a light action today. Now, I've got the 802 over there.
Yep.
And what do you got there?
772.
772. So those are light action reels. Light action rods, I ran Fireline today with, I think mine was 8-pound test, maybe 6, right?
Yep.
And it's kind of neat. I ran something called the Gulp Alive Minnow. The pail's there, right?
Yep.
And the thing with, well, and they're in a liquid and they're packed. They're packed in jars.
They're different than most power baits, and they're really good.
A lot of places you can't take minnows from one area to another. They don't want to bring diseases from one lake to another. Yep. So Berkeley's come out with a Berkeley Gulp Alive. It's in a liquid and it catches fish. There's no two ways about it.
That's right.
Okay? You don't come north again. We're sitting here like this. We got some black flies. You do not come north, mosquitoes and black flies. You don't come unless you've got mussel.
Bug jackets.
Yeah, and this is interesting. I don't know whether you can buy these anymore in
I'm
Ontario.
pretty sure you can. Maybe not this exact
Not
same
this
style.
exact one. This was,
That's a relic.
yeah, it's a relic like your father. But this was the killer. I mean, when you put this in a Ziploc bag with Musco, right?
Dope it up and
Dope it
you're
up.
good to go.
You get up in the morning and you put it on the dope,
Yep.
right? And the dope in there on the dope here keeps the bugs away.
You sent it.
I said it. Okay, I'm still trying to swat some of these flies away. But it's called a bug jacket. Okay. Rapple a knife, right?
You don't come up north without a good knife. You clean
Okay.
fish,
That's
you gotta
what
have
you
a
got.
good knife. Make sure it's sharp.
They've got about 18 different varieties of knives, but Rapala does make the best knife. You know,
That's right. Don't forget that stuff.
you don't come north without a good
It goes hand in hand with the knife.
breading and, breading and batter mix. And we won't say whose it is, but if you're watching the commercials, you'll know whose it is, right? Okay, let's go and enjoy shore lunch, right?
Yeah.
We have to catch the train.
That's right.
It's getting windy.
A little bit of eating, and then you're on your way back home.
I'm heading home. You're heading to Thunder Bay.
That's right.
Let's go for it.
Going fishing returns with the Napoleon Barbecue's Shore Lunch.
John, what?
Yukich.
John Yukich. You're a honky.
Yes.
I'm a honky.
Yes.
You're from Sault Ste. Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie.
I'm from Port Coburn. Could I come up here and guide with you?
Anytime you want.
Yeah, I'll bet.
As long as you bring your breading and batter mix.
That, I was going to ask you, what are you putting on your fish?
I tell you, since I've tried that, nothing else.
And what's it called?
Darryl Choronzey's breading and batter mix.
I'm going to make you the vice president. How's that, buddy?
There you go.
Okay, listen. We've got the potatoes down here.
Yeah.
You slice them on your Vegematic.
Yes, sir.
Then you're going to you've got some onions mixed in there,
Not yet. They cook them about a quarter of the way, and then you put your onions in.
okay? And then you're going to take that all out and you're going to put the fish in
Fish, yeah.
with the special mix.
That's right.
You love it, eh?
Perfect.
Is it really good?
Yeah, it is really good.
Buddy, for
Buddy.
starters,
Buddy.
I got to say thanks. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks
Don't
for
come
being here.
home, stay in Thunder Bay, but we'll go fishing all you want.
Yeah? Remember you said that.
Listen, I've got walleye like you can't believe. I don't want to say who's batter mixer, right?
You wouldn't want to say that.
Got potatoes, got onions, a little bit of seasoning on the potatoes and the onions. Now, Lodge 88, what do you think of it? Oh, you had to start eating.
Phenomenal.
Is it? Is it phenomenal?
It's paradise.
Hey, it is paradise. Listen, if you get the opportunity, do not pass up the chance to visit White River, right?
Yep.
Take the train across, or you can fly with White River Air,
That's right.
Lodge 88. And they got walleye like this, and it's paradise up here. It really is. We'll see you next week. Let's go for it. Then we're gonna go fishing.
For more information on today's fishing location and other going fishing destinations, visit goingfishingtv.com. Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey has been brought to you in part by Yamaha, reliability with every turn of the key. Abu Garcia, for life. Berkeley, catch more fish. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. And by Darryl Choronzey's Canadian Fisherman's Breading and Batter Mix.
Going fishing.
Going Fishing would like to thank the following fine sponsors.
Baby smiling my way, gonna have a great day. No competition. Going fishing.